Greetings.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Countess Valga of Coral. I wish I had time to chat, but I'm afraid I'm in the middle of an investigation.
Can you tell me about this investigation?
I'm sorry, but the investigation is a secret, and I don't trust you enough to... Goodbye. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Can you tell me about this investigation now?
You seem the trusting type. Perhaps you can assist me. It seems someone has taken away an heirloom that is quite dear to me. I want you to help me recover a stolen painting. The painting was of my lost love, the Count Valga, and it has been stolen from my bedchamber. If you find the painting and bring the culprit to justice, you shall be justly rewarded. What say you?
Yes, I'd be glad to help.
Very well. I suggest you begin to gather clues. And I warn you, do not accuse the wrong person, or I shall be quite cross with you. Here are some keys. They should allow you access to many of the restricted areas in Castle Coral.
Also, I'm here to ask you for some support for Brima's defenses. I closed the gate outside the city.
Your reputation precedes you, Hera of Kvatch. You have done my city a great service by closing the Oblivion Gate. I will now gladly send soldiers to aid in the defense of Bruma. Consider it done.
Great. Thank you.
Good luck, investigator. I hope the
So, what can you tell me about this painting?
The painting is all I have left that reminds me of the Count. I spend many a lonely night wishing that the words I speak to it will be heard and not just fall upon the lifeless pigments and canvas.
Where do you think is best to start?
Your best bet is to speak to residents of the castle. Once you have found out all you can, search for physical clues. Good luck, investigator.
A pleasure to meet you again.
Hey, so as you just heard, I'm investigating the stolen painting. Do you know anything that could help?
My duties rely on watching no more than the throne and attending to visitors. But confidentially, I will say that Orgnolf has been acting a bit unusual. His abuse of drink has gotten worse lately. He has taken to asking for money from others to purchase spirits. A porter's wage does not befit his habit.
Laith Waverick, the Castle Herald, told me that he's observed Orgnolf having a drinking problem and often asking for money to fund his new habit. I should continue to question the suspects.
Fare thee well. We're here to help.
So, Wiccan, you, tell me about the stolen painting.
I was with the Countess all evening. Didn't see a thing. Enough talk.
Brave deeds, friend. Taking the fight to Oblivion itself. I salute you.
Hi, friend. I'm trying to find this stolen painting. Did you happen to notice anything the night it was taken?
I don't remember seeing Channel or Orgnolf that entire evening. But then again, I stayed in my quarters most of the night. There was no point in going on my usual walk with all of the rain falling. As far as Channel and Orgnolf go, they seem fine to me. I only had a minor scrape with Orgnolf recently. I caught him drinking in the West Tower on the upper level. I told him if he didn't stop, I would tell the Countess. He just grumbled and agreed. He hasn't bothered me since.
Orc Rogoth mentioned he was in the castle the entire night because it had been raining, but didn't see Orgnolf or Chanel. Also, he mentioned he had caught Orgnolf drinking in the West Tower once. When he had threatened to tell the Countess about it, Orgnolf apparently stopped. I should continue to question the suspects.
Take care.
You have the hands of an illusion.
Hello. Are you searching for something?
Chanel, hi. I'm investigating the stolen painting. Could you tell me where you were the night it was stolen, please?
The night that the painting was stolen, I was in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings. After a while, I decided to go into the dining area just off the Great Hall. I poured myself some wine and studied the charts I had made until it was time to sleep. From there, I went directly to my chamber and slept the rest of the night. Yes, I have heard that the painting of the Count was taken. I was unaware she hired an outsider to conduct the investigation. May luck be with you.
Do you know what it was a painting of?
The stolen painting was of Count Volga. Whoever painted it could not do the man justice. He was kind and noble, which is difficult to convey on canvas. I'm afraid other than that, I cannot offer much more information.
When I asked about the night in question, Chanel told me that she spent some time in the courtyard of the castle taking star readings. Then she made her way to the dining area off of the Great Hall. Finally, she went to her quarters to sleep. I should continue to question the suspects.
Until your return.
How are you?
So, you a living statue, or are you gonna say something?
Hi, Mr. Drink Problem. Can you tell me where you were the night of the painting theft?
The night of the theft, I was in the Great Hall, having an argument with a delivery boy from Braville. It seems his horse lost its footing in the heavy rain we had that night, and the shipment of port that it was carrying slipped to the ground. Oh, the fall broke most of the bottles. He didn't want to claim responsibility, but I gave him what for and sent him away. After that, I spent the rest of the night in my quarters, reading.
The Countess asked me to find this painting for her.
So, the Countess hired you to find the painting, eh? Well, you'll not find it by gawking at me.
Do you know what it was a painting of?
Aye, it was a fine portrait of a fine man.
Ordnolf told me that he spent a bit of time arguing with a delivery boy in the Great Hall who had a bit of an accident with a wine shipment in the rain, then spent the rest of the night in his room. I should continue to question the suspects.
I'm Bitneld, the Curse Bringer, captain of the Coral Guard. What can I do for you?
Hi, Bitneld. I'm investigating the stolen painting for the Countess. I was wondering if you remember anything that night that could help.
I'm sorry, I wasn't in that evening. I was making my rounds of Coral. The only odd occurrence lately was with Channel. I have seen her spending a lot of time in the West Tower. When I asked her about it, she said it involved her spell research. I suppose at the time it sounded good enough for me.
Heard any rumors lately?
I don't like you and I don't want to talk to you. There are a lot of fine-looking women in Coral, but they're all kind of snooty and not very nice.
Great. Thanks, I guess. Bitneld, the captain of the guard, said he had been out on patrol in the streets of Coral that night. In addition, He mentioned seeing Chanel spend a good deal of time in the castle's west tower. But when he had confronted her about it, she said that was where she had been performing some of her magic research. I've spoken to all of the possible suspects and witnesses. Now, I should concentrate on gathering the clues if I'm to solve the crime.
Stop talking.
Enough!
Something I can help.
Hey, who is Bitneld?
He's captain of the Coral Guard. During the day, you can usually find him on patrol with us around the city.
Good day.
What seems good?
Chanel seems to have painting supplies concealed in a lectern in her room. The fact they're concealed seems suspicious. I think I should continue searching for more clues. I found an interesting painting in a concealed area of the West Tower. It seems someone in the castle is a painter. I think I should continue looking for more clues.
Quickly now. What?
I found paint stains and a paint footprint on the carpet in the dining area off the Great Hall. I now have enough clues to make an accusation. I believe Chanel to be the thief.
Greetings, investigator. I hope the investigate. Good luck, investigator.
Hi there. I hope I could...
Heard any rumors lately, friend?
Did you hear that Dharma came back safe and sound? You know, Seed Neas' daughter, the Argonians?
Yes, I was the one
Goodbye.
who brought her back.
Evening. Oh, hello. How are you today? Not bad. Have you seen the prince? Hello.
Until your return. Hello again.
About your involvement with the theft of the painting.
Are you accusing me?
Yes, I found strong evidence that you stole the painting.
Very well. I confess to the crime. But please understand, I only did it out of the great love I had in my heart for Count Volga. It was I that painted that portrait. When the Count was lost, the Countess spent so much time with it that I became jealous. I had to have the painting back, so I decided to steal it, then hide it behind the painting in my quarters. I'm ashamed of my crime, but ready to face what fate has in store for me. We've already been through this, and I admitted my guilt.
Why did you take it?
I am ashamed that I took the painting, but my love for the Count was greater than you could imagine. I am undone.
Greetings, investigator. Oh, you have returned from your investigation, and I'm eager to hear the results. Whom did you accuse?
I accused Chanel of the theft. All the evidence I found pointed to her, and she also confessed.
I'm shocked to hear of Chanel's crime, as she has always been such a nice member of our court. But I see that your evidence is without question. She shall be banished from Castle Coral and stripped of her duties. However, I am not without pity, and therefore she shall not be jailed. But she is never to set foot in Coral again. Congratulations on a job well done. As a reward, please accept this bounty of gold and gems. You've earned it. Farewell.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into?
Me children are starving, please help.
Feel free to browse, friend. It's nice to see a new shopper. I was afraid I lost any hope of new business ever since Thorinir opened up.
Tell me about this Thurner.
I think you might be just the kind of person we're looking for. Perhaps you can assist us with a problem we're having here in the Market District.
Okay, start at the beginning.
I'm the chairperson for the Society of Concerned Merchants. We formed this group a while back to keep a nice, fair economic balance in town. Not every store is a member, but we're slowly trying to convince them to join. Everything was fine until Thorinir opened his shop nearby. Selling all sorts of merchandise, he undercuts prices like you wouldn't believe. He doesn't always sell what we sell, but it is still a problem. People who buy tend to want to spend their money there. That leaves none for us. It's getting so bad a few of us may have to close up shop. He outright refuses to join the society or even discuss the matter. We are convinced he's up to no good. What we need is for you to case his establishment and figure out where he gets his inventory. Find some proof of his wrongdoing and let us know. We cannot do it ourselves, as he recognizes all of us. The job pays a fair bounty in gold when he is brought to justice.
Any ideas about his inventory?
His inventory must be stolen. It has to be. He prices less than it costs to make some of those things. Go see for yourself. I hope you're more successful uncovering his scheme than we've been. Thanks again for...
You're a sneaky-looking sort.
Greetings. There's a new...
What kind of deal can I make for you? What can I interest you in?
About your inventory.
What about my inventory?
Well, it's a very nice selection.
Well, thank you. It's not only a fine assortment of goods, but a bit of a treasure trove. You never know what I'll have in stock. I can see by the look on your face, you wonder where I get all these fantastic items. I'll tell you what I tell everyone else who asks. It's all about who you know. My sources are good, but they are secret. Anyway, have fun looking around, and when you are ready to buy, give me a shout. Goodbye.
Speaking to Thurner hasn't revealed any information. Since he's obviously hiding something, I should keep an eye on him and watch what he does after his shop closes.
Bye. Hope to see you again very soon.
Take that!
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
Ontis used to be in the Mages Guild. If you saw the previous episodes where I was asked to steal the Archmage's staff, or my staff since I am the Archmage, as part of the Thieves Guild, I had to return the staff to Ontis's house. He is a retired member of the Mages Guild, and apparently does not like anyone from the guild. Because I am the Archmage, I have a -50 disposition towards him, so he will attack on sight.
Go away. What is it, citizen? Ah, it's you. Hi. Good evening.
What's new with you?
It's my pleasure. Be seeing you.
That you, Agamir?
Shh! Not so loud. How many times have I told you that?
Sorry, I am not used to this kind of meeting. It always makes me nervous.
Well, just shut up and listen to me. The next shipment will be sooner than I expected. Just have the money ready.
Same assortment of things? I mean, I have enough clothing for now.
You take what I get. I get notice at the last second, and I have to jump on it. No time to be picky about it.
Well, that society is putting more pressure on me, so maybe we better cut back for a while. Hi there.
You cut back now, and I'm going to take my business elsewhere. Or maybe pay a visit to that Jensine and tell her about your little scheme.
Fine. You made your point. Contact me when you have the items, and we'll meet again.
Don't worry. It'll be very soon. Now get out of here.
I've observed a meeting between Thurner and a mysterious man named Agamir. Looks like my new target is Agamir. I should follow him and see where he goes.
Evening.
Good evening. May I help you?
I've discovered that Agramir has a house in Talos Plaza. I should go inside when he's not around and investigate. I've found my way into Agarmir's basement. The place consists of an odd assortment of clothing and trinkets. Most disturbing is the dirty shovel and mud-encrusted boots tucked into the corner and the bits of ground bowmail strewn about. I suspect Agarmir's stock he sells to Thurner is taken from the recently dead. I should continue to search carefully for more solid evidence. I found a manifest that seems to detail names of the recently deceased, what they were buried with, and their locations in Cyrodiil. I should take this macabre manifest and confront Thurner, as he may not realize where his merchandise is coming from.
It's all over, lawbreaker. Your spree is at an end. I'll take any stolen...
Fine. I'll pay the gold.
That's too... Oh. This had better be good.
Yes, master. You need me?
I have a feeling that you and I are about to become very close.
Spare a coin for the infirm.
You wear the shadows well, fellow thief. Only one has a better mastery of lock. Good that you want to get better. Shadow hide you.
Welcome back.
I found this manifest in Agarmir's basement. It appears your inventory is actually coming from the recently deceased.
I can't believe what I'm seeing in this book. I'm mortified to think these things here were once on the bodies of the recently deceased. It's just too horrible to comprehend. I don't even know what to say. I guess an apology is not enough. What can I do?
You can help me catch Agramir.
Yes, that's the least I can do. First and foremost, I will never meet with him again. I can promise you that. Secondly, I remember him mentioning a place he had to be this very day. Yes, that's right. He said that he wouldn't be able to do anything else, as he had something important to do. You don't think he would dig up another... Oh, no, he wouldn't. But I guess he has been. Oh, my. What have I done?
Don't worry. I'll stop him.
Yes, you do that. And in the meantime, I'll decide what to do with all these ill-gotten things. I'm so sorry. I hope everyone can forgive me for not doing a better job checking up on my sources. I don't even want to look at it for another moment. I hope you can forgive me. I had no...
Hail!
All visitors to the Imperial Palace are asked to keep their faces down.
I've noticed that the door to the Trentius family mausoleum has been unsealed. This must be Agarmir's doing. I should proceed inside. I've located Agramir inside the Trentius family mausoleum. It appears as though he's attempting to desecrate another grave along with someone else I don't recognize. I need to convince him to stop this heinous act.
I had a feeling you'd catch on sooner or later. That's why I had this trap prepared for you. If you'll notice, the grave is already dug. This time it wasn't to take something away from the graveyard. It was to add something. I'm afraid all I can offer you is an unmarked grave.
Okay, well, good luck with that, buddy.
Let's get this over with.
Agarmir and his associate have been slain. Since the penalty for grave robbing is death, it somehow seems as though justice has been done. I should search the gravesite for anything potentially incriminating. I've acquired Agarmir's shovel still damp with the fresh earth of the open grave. This is the final bit of proof I need of Agarmir's crimes. I should bring it back to Thurner.
Good to see you.
Were you able to stop Agarmir?
Yes, he has been taken care of. I also found evidence of his crimes. This is the shovel he was using to dig up graves.
Then we can at last rest. I feared had he somehow bested you, I'd be next. It is fortunate that your skills exceeded his. I've come to some decisions. I intend to donate all of the money I have made, as well as what is left of these stolen items, to the temple. I also want you to know that I had a long discussion with Jensine, and I have decided to join the society. I realize you risked your life to give me a chance, and Thorinir never forgets things like that. Accept this ring as a humble reward. It's the least I can do to say thank you. Now, don't be a stranger. The copious coin purse is still in business.
What did you do with your inventory?
I have disposed of all my ill-gotten merchandise and replaced it with more expensive but carefully obtained items. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all cities. Tell you, you've shown me mercy.
Good to see you.
What is it, citizen?
It's my pleasure. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil. That's a good deal. A fine That seems a fair price. I'll let that. Thank you. Good day. Not smart. Bye.
What is it, citizen?
How are you today?
Well, always keep your... You too.
Thurner has agreed to donate all his ill-gotten merchandise to the local temple and begin selling legitimate merchandise. He also rewarded me with a small ring as a token of his esteem. I should now bring this macabre manifest and Agarmir's shovel to Jensine for my reward.
The children are starving, please help.
I have been anxiously awaiting your return.
Okay, good. Well, the situation with Thurner has been resolved. He was actually getting inventory from a grave robber named Agarmir. This is his manifest, and his shovel as proof. Thurner, however, had no idea this was happening.
Well done! This shovel will certainly confirm Agarmir's crimes. Along with the manifest, it should prove useful to the City Watch. In your absence, Thorinir visited and we spoke at length about his role in this scheme. I believe him when he says he didn't know Agarmir's sources. He told me of his intentions to donate all of the money and inventory to the local temple. He also agreed to buy and sell merchandise at fair prices. Last but not least, he's officially joined the society. I am taken aback by his honest intentions. In return, the society has decided not to press charges. His name will be absconded from the records of this crime. Now, I'm sure you are waiting to hear about your reward. The society thanks you for everything you have done. Please, take this gold. Many thanks on behalf of all of us.
Great. So, what do you think of Thurner now?
I'm mature enough to admit I was mistaken about Thorinir. He's a welcome member of our group in the Market District. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
What is it, citizen? This had better be good. This had better be good.
Can I ask you a favor?
Hey, stranger. Can you spare a few coins? I've just been shaken down by that bastard watchman, and he took my last septim.
Oh, sure, here have 3.
Blessings of Akatosh upon you.
So tell me about this corrupt Imperial watchman. Do you know his name?
I don't know his name, but I'd recognize him if I saw him again. Lurank and I were shopping at Jensine's when he accused us of stealing. Even Jensine said we were innocent, but he didn't care. We had to pay his fine or go to jail. He's shaken down most of the shopkeepers in the Market District. They're all too afraid of him to do anything. Jensine wouldn't even talk about it. Someone ought to do something about him.
I'm gonna keep a low profile for a while.
These days, I get nervous whenever I see a watchman. Maybe I'll just stay inside.
What do you know about this watchman? Has he bothered you?
The bastard took every coin I had with me. I don't know his name, but I know his face. Ruslan and I were shopping at Jensine's when he accused us of stealing. We turned out our pockets to prove we were innocent, but he didn't care. and we had to pay the fine, or he was going to march us off to jail. He's shaken down most of the shopkeep. Someone ought to do...
Take my advice. Stay...
Apparently, there is a corrupt Imperial watchman in the city. Ruslan in the Temple District was complaining about him. Ruslan ran afoul of him at Jensen's merchandise in the Market District. Ruslan didn't have a name, but maybe Jensen does.
"12 noon.
Farewell, citizen.
See anything you like?
Hi, Jensen. It's me. I'm back. I'm just investigating a corrupt watchman now. I heard he's been causing some trouble. Is this right?
Who told you that?
2 of your customers told me. Ruslan and Luronk.
Ruslan and Luronk. Those idiots don't know when to stay quiet. Look, I'm not telling you anything, stranger. I don't trust you.
What? I literally just spoke to you. Jensen, I just helped you with Tharner, which took a considerable amount of time. And now you suddenly don't trust me.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
You're a bitch.
See anything you like?
Tell me about the Watchmen. Now.
I guess I can trust you. It's that bastard Auden's Vidius. He's in here every month taking my wares without paying for them. What can I do? He's a captain of the Imperial Watch. Only another watch captain can arrest him. Fat chance of that happening. If you tell anyone I said anything bad about Auden's, I'll deny it.
Well, I won't be shopping there again. I spoke to Jensen in the Imperial Market District about the corrupt watchman. She told me the same story as Ruslan and Luronk. The Imperial Watch Captain, Auden's Avadius, is extorting money from the shopkeepers. They are all too afraid of him to do anything about it. I need to find someone with the authority to stop him. She says only another watch captain would be able to arrest him.
Greetings to you. Good afternoon.
What seems to be the problem?
Auden's, just the person I was looking for. I've been hearing a lot of things about you, that you're a corrupt, extorting crazed, poor excuse for a watchman, and deserve to be locked up. I'd throw you in the dungeons myself if I could.
You must be stupid to accuse me of corruption to my face.
In
fact, I'm pretty sure you just attacked me.
Oh?
I think I need to arrest you for assaulting a member of the Imperial Watch. Stop right there!
I understand that Venetia takes a lot of complaints, but nothing ever comes.
What seems to be the problem?
You need to arrest Auden's. He's a jackass.
If you've got a complaint, tell it to the watch captain. I've got better things to do than listen to you whine.
Okay, fine. Where can I find one?
Go see Servatius Quintilius. He's new, and might be stupid enough to try and do something about it.
Farewell, citizen.
Heard any news from the...
You have my ear, citizen.
You have my... We're always on duty.
Good, Servatius. I need you to arrest Auden's for being corrupt, extorting, and harassing shopkeepers.
I've only recently been promoted. I'm not going to cause trouble by filing charges against one of the other watch captains. You could try taking your problem to Edius Hain. Maybe he'll be willing to risk his career by arresting Ardens. Good luck with Edius.
You've come back! Have you reconsidered?
Yeah, sure. How can I help?
Normally I wouldn't approach a total stranger like this, but Gillen seemed so insistent. Please forgive my audacity.
It's all right. Ralsa, please continue.
Thank you. Gillen always tends to exaggerate, but in this case he sounded earnest, which worries me a bit. He said to tell you that the matter he needs help with is of the utmost importance to the citizens of the Imperial City. You're to meet him at Seradur's house, which is located in the Temple District. He said all will be explained when you get there. That's all he told me to say.
Okay, don't worry. I'll go meet him.
Thank you. I'm sure he'll be pleased. I must go now. Good day to you.
Bye.
How do you do?
Can I help you, citizen?
Hi, Idias. I hear you're the person to speak to about having Ardens arrested. He has been extorting and harassing shopkeepers and is corrupt.
Why should I trust your word? You'll have to do better than this to persuade me to take action against one of the other watch captains. Move along. Can I help you, citizen?
What about now?
These are very serious charges. If you can get 2 witnesses to testify against Ardens of Vidius, I'll arrest him. Otherwise, I can't help you.
I hope your witnesses are willing to come forward.
Me children are starving, please help. How are you?
I understand.
Well met.
See anything you like?
Oh, good. It's you again. Listen, I need you to testify against Ardens.
You want me to publicly accuse Ardens of Vidius of corruption? I'd sooner swim naked in a pool filled with slaughterfish and mud crabs.
Bitch.
It's been a
Jensine refuses to testify against Ardens Avidius. I don't think I can persuade her. I'll have to try the other 2, Luronk and Ruslan.
Pleasure doing business.
This had better be good.
Oh, it's you again. I've heard that you've been asking around about that corrupt guard. Just don't mention my name. I have enough problems.
Hey, Ruslan, I've asked around and found a captain who can arrest Ardens, but I need you to testify against him.
You want me to testify against Ardens of Vidius? You're crazy. Exactly how do you intend to persuade me to do that? Damn watchmen. I bet they're all crooked. I've heard that you've been asking around.
Are you going to testify, or what?
You've convinced me. If I don't stand up to him, who will? I just hope I'm not committing suicide. I'm gonna keep a...
These days I get nervous when I...
Hey, Luronk. I've found a captain that can arrest Audens, but I need you to testify against him.
This may be the stupidest thing I've ever done, but I'll testify against Audens Avidius. I suppose someone has to stand up to him.
Damn watchmen. I bet they're all crooked.
I've convinced both Ruslan and Luronk to testify against Audens Avidius. I hope Avidius Hain is true to his word and arrests his fellow watch captain. Otherwise, those two are going to be in a lot of trouble. I could keep an eye on those two and make sure they go see Avidius first thing in the morning.
Who will help an old beggar?
Hello.
Can I help you, citizen? Why should I trust your word? Can I help you, It's... Carry on. Can I help you, These are very serious. Stay safe, citizen.
Audens Avidius has been arrested. That should make Jensen, Ruslan, and Luronk happy. Hopefully, it will serve as a lesson for any other guard that is thinking about shaking down innocent citizens. So, a Dunmer named Ralsa Norvallo has approached me and said that her husband needs assistance in a matter of what she calls the utmost importance to the safety of the citizens of the Imperial city. She told me to meet Gillen at the house of someone named Sarador. Apparently, all will be explained when I get there.
This had better be good.
It's an honor to finally meet you. When I heard you were in town, I just had to send for your help. Your reputation precedes you. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Sarador.
Oh, thank you. Pleased to meet you to Sarador.
Likewise. Sorry to send Gillen's wife to get you in that manner, but it seems safer if we weren't seen on the streets right now. If you'll come with me.
All right then, lead on.
Splendid. Watch your step.
I'm honored by your presence.
Nice to meet you. Welcome. You're now in the sanctuary of the Order of the Virtuous Blood. Few outside our circle have ever set foot in our hallowed hall. We are, for lack of a better word, defenders. We guard the city from an infestation that plagues it. We are vampire hunters. I'm sure you are familiar with these despicable beings, feeding on the innocent as if they were cattle. Well, this group was formed to combat them. Alas, we are but 3 old men, not able to match the fighting prowess of a vampire. We lack the strength to defeat them in battle.
So tell me about these vampires.
Our goal is to root out the vampires that live in our fair city. So far, we've been unsuccessful finding one, until now. It's come to the Order's attention that Temple District resident Roland Genseric is a vampire, and has already claimed one victim. That's where you come in. We want you to slay this vampire, and cleanse the city of his filth before he can feed or kill again.
Roland Genseric? How do you know he's a vampire?
A few nights ago, I was roaming the city as I often do, looking for any signs of a vampire. As I headed past Roland's house, I heard a cry. I rushed into the back garden to find Roland struggling with a woman he'd been courting. I tried to intervene, but he was too strong. He threw his lover to the ground and turned his attention on me. Luckily, I managed to run back into the street and escape his grasp. I hid for a while and then returned to the garden. Roland was gone, and the woman was dead. She had 2 puncture marks on the nape of her neck. That's when I realized he was a vampire. The Order needs you to track him and destroy him.
How do I find him?
I would start by searching his home. He hasn't been there for days, so it should be safe. Return to us here if you have questions. We meet at night.
Do you know where Rowan lives?
His home is located in the Temple District, right across the garden from my home, in fact. Ironic, isn't it?
Anything else?
Vampires are nasty creatures. They drink the blood of others to conceal their true nature. Such trickery makes them difficult to find. You may ask Gillen Norvallo or Greythroat about these creatures as well. They've learned much. Who knows when Roland may strike again? You must hurry. I'm listening. Saradur is asleep right now. He's had a long night of study and is exhausted. Do not disturb him. He'll be up at 5 this evening.